What is going on, guys? It is your boy the Timecodes Gaming coming at you again with another video, and today guys we're going to be getting into my Sanji deck profile. So Sanji is a red leader from PRBO1 and he's honestly one of the best red leaders in the game. It's probably Shanks, Zoro, and then Sanji. I think this deck is criminally underrated. It is so strong and it offers a nice variety of gameplay that red usually doesn't see. Like, you're still rushing your opponents down, but it has some spice to it. There's a little bit of spice to Sanji here, guys. You're cooking a little bit if you are playing Sanji. So with that being said, guys, in today's video we're going to be going through the card by card of the list, and we're also going to be going for 3 games today. So I'll leave all the timestamps in the video, and also I'll leave the deck list in the video if you're interested in trying this deck out for yourself. So with that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. We are on the way to 400 subs. Let me know what you would change about the deck, what you like about Sanji, and if you've had any success with him. And let's get right into the video. Okay guys, so getting into the leader ability, just in case you don't know what Sanji does, he is a 5 life 5000 power red leader, and his abilities activate main up to one of your cost 8 or lower characters without an on play effect and gains a rush until the end of this turn. So just this effect in it, like of itself, giving anything rush without an on play for free is fucking nasty, and especially against Blackbeard guys. If you are having trouble against the Blackbeard players, this deck is the one for you. So getting into the deck list here, we're running 4 of the Otamas, just one of the best 2k counters like ever printed. It goes really well with the Edward Newgate, it goes really well with the Wapple, and just if you're trying to remove one of your opponent's pesky big characters, that extra minus 2k power is really strong. Next we have the 2-cost 2k Sanji from OP10. His abilities activate main. You may add 1 life card from your life to your hand. This character gains plus 2000 power during this turn. Then give this character up to 2 rested Dawn cards. So it's really a 2-cost 7k swing with rush on the turn you play, and it has plus 2k counter. So really fucking insane card with this deck. And if your opponent's trying to like drown you and not attack your life, you can just use a Sanji ability and get a little bit more cards into your hand. Next, guys, we're running Brook. Brook is a card that I haven't really seen played in the Sanji decks before, but his ability is from OP01. He's a 4-cost 5k with 1000 counter, and his ability is Dawn X1 when attacking. Give up to 2 of your opponent's characters minus 2000 power during this turn. So once again, really nice for clearing boards. Comes up a lot against Zoro matchups, against Dofi matchups. I think it's a very strong card in this. Like, having to play this Brook and then wait for the next turn to utilize his effect, I think is why this card never saw play really. But having it with Rush, it makes it, like, gives it that extra bump in power. It goes really well with the Edward Newgate. Like, if you establish your Newgate, then play Brook down the next turn, you're able to remove like a 7k with the Newgate. It goes really well with the Wapples and just makes your opponent's board a lot easier to deal with, because it gives 2 of your opponent's characters minus 2k, which is a huge deal with the Rush. Next, running the 2k, a lot of cards from OP01, I just realized. So 2-cost 3k Monkey D. Luffy from OP01. This card never saw play, like honestly never ever. His ability is Dawn X2. This character cannot be KO'd when battling strike attribute characters, and then his activate main is give this character up to 2 rested Dawn cards. So a 2-cost 5k rusher, I mean that's just about as good as you can ask for, and he has that extra utility of not being able to be KO'd by strike attribute characters, which could, like, your opponent might swing into it with the strike. Like, people forget that this card has that ability, so it might just be able to stick on board for a long time. And then we're, for one of our big drops, running the 8-cost Monkey D. Luffy from OP04. This card also never saw play, just because you're never playing an 8-cost basically vanilla with banish. But if you give it rush, 8-cost 9k banish with a rush, now that is going to see some fucking play. So really nice card here. Hard to deal with if you swing into your opponent. They kind of have to counter out or just lose a life for nothing. That's very strong in the deck, and probably my favorite card in the deck. It has to be Wapple, guys. Wapple's fucking strong as shit. His ability, he's a 6-cost 6k plus 1000 counter. We'll never see play. Well, maybe in VV, like he could be nice as well. But he's very strong with Sanji. So his ability is Dawn X1 when attacking. You have to 1 of your opponent's characters minus 2k power for this turn. Then give this character plus 2k power until the end of your opponent's next turn. So he really becomes a 6-cost 8k with rush that gives minus 2k power to one of your opponent's characters. This also goes really well with the Edward Newgate. and then like it's an 8k on your opponent's turn. It's just really hard to deal with on turn. You'd probably be playing this on your 7 Dawn turn ideally, and your opponent is just going to have a really hard time dealing with it. So probably my favorite card in the deck. Very, very strong. Next, we're going into the 3-cost Sanji, and honestly, this card was fucking made for this deck. Like, it is so good. 3-cost 6k rusher, and then when your opponent KOs it, you draw a card. So like your hand size is never really low with this deck. You're just going to be replenishing your hand with this card. It is the card you want to see on turn 3 all of the time. Puts on so much pressure, and if your opponent removes it, you just get another card. So very, very nice card from OP10 here. Next, we have the Tony Chopper. The rush will come up sometimes and not often. Like you really don't want to be playing this as a 4-cost 4k rush, but it does have blocker, and then it has it's a 4k 6k blocker on your opponent's turn, and then with counter 2k. Like, it's just a very versatile card that belongs in the deck, I think. Next, we get into our vanillas, guys. We're running the 6-cost Frankie vanilla 8k rusher. I mean, vanilla 8k rusher with the counter. Like, that is the best part about this. Like, usually your rush characters do not have counter, so you're able to play relatively defensively and have a lot of counter in hand, while having these really strong offensive options as well. So the Frankie is very, very nice. Same thing with the Luffy 4-cost 6k rush with the counter. Awesome, fucking awesome. Then we have another OP10 card from STO1, the Zoro. This card saw some play, like maybe in law decks. Every now and then I'd see it pop up, but in this deck it's a 3-cost 5k rusher, and then if you give it 1 Dawn, it's basically a 4-cost 7k rusher. It's a very, very strong card, and it keeps that power gain on your opponent's turn, so it's also a 6k body on your opponent's turn. Very, very strong there. And then for our removal, and what I think kind of makes the deck a little more versatile and can make it play a little bit more kind of control-y and mid-rangey, is the Edward Newgate. Well, it does have an on-play effect, so you're not able to give it rush, but just being able to have that activate main that goes along with your Wapples, it goes with your Brooks, it goes with your Otamas. Just really, really nice to have this card in the deck, just so your opponent kind of has to clear it. And it's really like it has rush, because you're able to use his activate main. It's basically an on-play ability. So very, very strong card. I really like this card in the deck. Then lastly, guys, just 4 of Radical Beams. If like your opponent wants to go for game because you have so much board presence, they're really losing, and you have 2 Dawn up, you're gonna want these Radical Beams in hand. Just Radical Beams fucking strong. I realize we're running so many OP10 cards. Holy shit, OP10 is back, baby. But yeah, guys, that is the rundown of the list. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're cooking with Sanji. Like, I'm not a pro Sanji player by any means. This is my list that I kind of cooked up, but it could be trash. It could be completely ass. Let me know what you are cooking with, what I should change. And with that being said, guys, let's get right into the games. Okay, guys, so getting into game number 1 here, we're going up against the best deck in the format, Shanks. Shanks is the newly crowned best deck in the format. He finally took Zoro's spot off of the top 10 list. So here we're playing against the best deck in the format, guys. So let's see how our Sanji is able to hold up. We're going to swing for 5. Shanks doesn't take 5, so he's just going to use his leader ability, counter out of that, and then we're going to swing 6 with the 3-cost Sanji. So pretty strong start for us. I think we want to see 3-cost Sanji as often as we can. Now here's going to swing into it. We're going to get a card. We see the Radical Beam, so we have some really good plays in our hand for this turn. We have another 3-cost Sanji, we have 3-cost Zoro, and then for next turn we're going to be able to play down the Wapple immediately. Here we're going to play the Zoro just to get that little bit of extra power on. He becomes a 7k attacker with 1 Dawn, so very, very strong. Here we're going to swing into the Shanks. He does have that Tony Chopper blocker, so that will be a pain in the ass. Just a little bit of extra more defense for Shanks is such a pain to deal with. So here we're going to swing the 6. He's going to use his leader ability and counter out with a 2k. We're going to swing another 6, and he's just going to take that life, not want to give us another card. So looking pretty good here, like a generic start for Shanks, generic start for us. Nothing crazy to write home about, but the next turns are going to be very, very important. The Wapple critically does get around the Ben Beckmans, but he does have that snake on board, and he does run the Hongo, so he has to invest a little bit more resources to get rid of our cards. Here he's going to use the Hongo on our Zoro, so we're fine with that. And then he's going to Marco it. We are not fine with that. That is very not good. So let's see what we're able to do against this Marco. Here on our 7 Dawn turn, I think we just want to, getting down the Wapple as soon as possible, like regardless of what you have in your hand, is just one of the strongest things you can do. Here we're going to swing the 7, give minus 2k to the Sanji, and then it becomes a 9k swing. So swinging really big numbers here. You're just going to go ahead and block with the chopper, and then we do not swing with the Sanji as it had minus 1k power. But looking pretty good here. He like the Marco is a really nice play here with the snake. I think that was a very good play out of him, and I do like the Marco teched into the Shanks. It's just really hard to deal with, and it does offer a little bit of more removal besides the Ben Beckman. Here he's going to play down the dragon, swing into face. We're going to take that, and then he swings into face again. So we go down. Maybe we probably should have countered out of that 7. I think that was probably a very bad play by me. But here we're going to swing the 7s, 9 into the dragon. Like, Waffle's so strong, and clearing your opponent's board is very hard to deal with. So we get rid of the dragon. Very, very nice here. And then we're going to play down the Otama. Give the oh yeah, like I'm misplaying, guys. Like, you could have swung with Waffle at face, gave minus 2k, additional minus 2k to the Marco, and then swung at the Marco with the Sanji. So definitely some room for optimization. I think this was my first game with the list, so that's why I'm misplaying. Like, this isn't me at my best. It's also not me at my worst. But here we're gonna swing the 9k into the Marco. He's going to discard the bad manners to keep it on board. And look at our Waffles, guys. 2 6k 8 cost, 2 6 cost 8k bodies. He's gonna go ahead and use his snake on one of them to clear it with the Beckman, and we go down to 1 life here. I don't know why I was taking these attacks. I don't know how to explain myself. Like, I feel like we could have been like a 2 or 3 life here and been pretty comfortable. Here we're gonna go ahead and swing with the Wapple again. The Wapple's putting in so much fucking work, guys. Probably the best card in the deck, in my opinion. We're gonna swing 5 into the Marco and finally get it off the board, I think. Yeah, we finally get the Marco off the board. We're gonna play down a Sanji, and then yeah, swing for 6. I think we want to play a little bit more defensive here. Like, we could have played the Frankie, but we want to play down the blocker and then leave up a Radical Beam. And if we played the Frankie, we only could have played that and then play the Radical Beam. Here he's gonna play down the dragon. He's gonna swing 7 into face. I should probably, yeah, I should have countered out of that. Like, yeah, like this wasn't me, guys. This was my brother. My brother took over the keyboard. This was not me, I promise. But after all this, we had a slight chance to go for game if he didn't clear the Sanji there, and maybe I should have countered out of that just so we had a chance. I played like shit this game. It's fun, like, analyzing your old games, because what the fuck was I doing? Holy shit, I played like ass this game. Probably one of my worst performances. I had a couple beers last night, guys. This isn't me, I promise. But here we're still trying to clear board. We're still trying to do our thing. We swing at 11 for the dragon, give the Beckman minus 2k, and at this point we pretty much lost. I don't blame this loss on Sanji. I blame this loss on nobody but myself, because what the fuck was I doing? We still want to leave the Radical Beam up just to maybe have a chance here. So we're gonna swing 5 into the Beckman, and then he's gonna counter out with another Beckman. And yeah, that's we needed to clear that Beckman to have a chance. We do clear with the Newgate, but it's just too late here. He's gonna put 19, swing for 19 with his dragon, and that's gonna be GG's, boys. Like, we had so many cards in hand. We could have countered out of like a bunch of those 7k swings that he did at us, but that we just didn't counter out of for some reason, and probably been at least 1 or 2 life here. And yeah, that's gonna be game, guys. Then we just had a bunch of 1ks, but it is what it is. We take the L. I played horrible. And getting into our next game, we're going against Low-Key Weeb, the Smoker player. We're going up against some of the best decks in the format here. He hits me with the good luck, have fun. I say good luck, man. It's a very friendly dude. Most of the people I meet on the sim are pretty nice. Being able to swing the free 5s into a leader is nice. We're gonna swing the 5 and then play down the 3-cost Sanji and swing the 6. A very nice start for us. We're gonna use Sanji ability and then swing for 6. Let's see if he's taking it or if he's gonna give us another 2k. He's gonna elect to take it. So pretty good start for us. Standard Sanji shit. Next turn we have a couple of good plays. We have the Brook, we have the 4-cost Luffy. Like, these vanillas become so strong in this deck. Like, every card just feels so powerful in your hand, just because they all have rush pretty much, and they're all like pretty big bodies that your opponent has to deal with. Here he's gonna play down the blocker, use the Monet ability, attach 2 Dawn to his leader, and that's going to be the end of that. Here we're going to, I think our best play is just to play the Luffy down. establish the 6k body. I really like this deck. This deck's fucking awesome. I really enjoy playing it a lot more than the Zoro. I think it gives a lot more variety than what I'm used to. Here we're going to swing down. We're going to put down the 4 cost 6k Luffy and swing into the Monet. Let's see if he protects it. He does have 2 Dawn up, so maybe he has that event in hand. But I don't think Monet's that valuable in this matchup, so let's see what he does. Yeah, he's going to use the Punk Gibson. That's fine. Like, he's going to be able to probably clear our Luffy here. But that's completely fine with us. He plays down another Monet. And then we have, for next turn, we have the Edward Newgate to start clearing some of them. And then he's going to play down an X-Drake. The X-Drake is kind of spicy, guys. The X-Drake is very, very spicy. So here he's going to use both Monet abilities, give minus 2k to our Luffy, and swing for 9k at face. I think he should have cleared the Luffy there. That was probably a bad play on his part. But he just wanted to get a use out of that 9k swing instead of swinging into our 4k body. Here we're going to play down the Newgate, give a Dawn to our leader, and then we can use our Newgate ability to clear these Monets, and then swing 6 into one of the other Monets, and then swing for 6 at leader. So we're sitting in a good spot. We have a lot of counter in hand. We're still at 4 life. He only has 1 thing on board. And next turn, I really wanted to use the Brook into the Newgate ability next turn, just to show it off. Like when it does work, and it's not really hard to pull off. Like your Newgate just has to stick around for 1 turn, and you need Brook in hand. But here he's able to use that 5 cost event. I don't think I've ever seen anyone run that shit, but this guy was prepared for my Newgate play. And the X-Drake is kind of coming in clutch here. The X-Drake is very, very nice into this matchup. So here he's going to swing for 6. We're going to counter out with the Otama. Just a nice 2k. I think I was playing a little bit better this game. The beers had worn off. And here we play the banished Luffy, and we're able to show that off. We're going to swing for 10 at face, just because we know he has 2 Dawn up, and he might have that stupid Igloo event that gives plus 5k, and then just give us another 1k, and he has it. Yeah. So he does have the Igloo in the end, but I'm guessing he doesn't have any other counter in hand, or else he would have countered out of the banish play. And yeah, he discards a 2 cost event and then the Smoker, both of which don't have counter. He gives minus 4k to our banish Luffy, and the banished Luffy, like, they have to deal with it, or else I'm gonna be swinging 9k banish into them every fucking turn. Just a card your opponent has to play into, and just put like so much priority to remove. And the deck just doesn't stop, guys. Like usually these cards, like, you'd stop your aggression here, but all these cards have rush in our hand. Everything has fucking rush. So we're just going to be putting so much pressure on our opponent here. We get a Rad Beam out of life, and then we could play the Sanji down. We're just going to play the Zoro down and keep our life where we want it to be. We're going to swing for 7. He's going to take it, and then it looks like this is going to be the end of the game here with an 11k swing, and we're going to be able to take down the Smoker player and get a win on the board for Sanji. Next, we're getting into a purple Luffy. Purple Luffy, I think we'll be able to... This is probably a good matchup for Sanji, just because we're able to put on so much pressure. And I think the Wappa will be a very, very critical... Like, purple Luffy puts huge bodies on board, but we can also put some huge bodies on board, which usually rush decks don't usually do, just because you're playing like a little bit lower power characters to have that rush. But Sanji's able to play these huge characters, and they also have rush. Here he's going to swing for a 5. We're going to discard one of the Frankies. Here we're going to swing for 6 and then play down our 3 cost Sanji. I don't think there's a better play. Like, this is the turn 2 you want to see every fucking game with the Sanji. It's just too strong. Your opponent has to remove it. You get another card, and then you have so many options available for the following turns. So here he's ramping pretty well. I think he's going to play the Luffy Taro. Like, Luffy always has the, like, I've never seen a Luffy brick on a Zoro, bro. Like, every Luffy I've ever played against has had Zoro on turn 2, no matter fucking what. Even with no searcher, like, even if he didn't have that law, I bet that Zoro was in his fucking hand. Here on our 6 Dawn turn, we have the 6 cost 8k rush. Let's fucking do it, guys. Like, no other deck can fucking do that shit, establishing the board and swinging huge numbers. Just an 8k swing into a Zoro is going to go ahead and block with a Nami. But now we have an 8k body on board, and if he doesn't deal with it, we're going to get another... we have the banished Luffy coming up. We have a Brook coming up. A very, very strong follow-up plays. If he does not deal with this Frankie, we're going to be able to deal with his board. And Luffy really wants to play shit. Like, Luffy does not want to be attaching Dawn to his characters and swinging to his board. He wants to be playing huge characters and then just using his big bodies already established. to swing into your board, but with the Frankie, he's just not able to do that. And then we find the Wapple, guys. We find the fucking Wapple, and Wapple is exactly what we want to see. The Brook also would have been an awesome play here if we didn't find the Wapple, but Wapple, we want to get that AK body on board. We're gonna swing 9 into the Monkey D Luffy, or the Luffy Taro. Let's see if he blocks it with the Kid. We're just putting so much pressure on his board here with these huge bodies and huge swings. We're going to swing the 9. He's trying to decide whether to block it. He's going to go ahead and block it. Then we're going to swing another 8K into the Luffy. He either gives us 2 cards here, or the Luffy dies, and he goes down to 2 cards in hand. Then we're going to swing another 6 into the Luffy, and he gives us another card. So the Luffy is down to two cards in hand, 3 life. And we still have our nice board. Let's see if he's able to remove it. And if he does, we still have follow-up, guys. We have the ACOS Banish Luffy coming up. We have the Brook coming up. Here's going to swing into our Wapple. We're going to go ahead and save that. We want to keep these bodies on board. And he has no cards in hand. I'm going to have no cards in hand. But our cards are going to have Rush for the future. So I think we will win this game as long as we can kind of stabilize here. He's going to swing a 10 into our Wapple. There, we have to let it go. And then he's going to swing 8 into our Frankie. And we're going to save it there. And here he has 2 cards in hand. We have the 8-cost Banish Luffy available. We're going to swing 8 into the Zoro. See if we're able to clear it. Then we're going to play down the Banish Luffy, attach 2 Dawn to it, and swing into the Luffy Taro. If he has 2 2Ks in here, I guess, like, you got it, bro. But he does not. And then we're going to swing 5 into face and get him down to 2 life. And now we are threatening to go for game next turn if he does not establish a blocker. And we also have the 3-cost Sanji in hand to be able to apply a little bit more pressure. And to counter out, like if he attacks us for an 8K or a 9K, we'll be able to use the Sanji here to defend. So he's going to swing for 10. If we had a 2K in hand, he was super fucked, but he swings for 10 and then plays down a Kid. Fine for us. And there we have another Frankie. Like, any card you see off the top of your deck is usually going to be pretty fucking strong with this deck. Like an 8K Rusher is just a very nice thing to see. We're going to play down the Frankie. We could swing with the Sanji first. Let's see what we decide to do. Oh, we play down the Sanji. I think just because like he has to remove it, and if he does, we get another card. So we just want to be upping our card advantage over time here. We're going to swing the 9. Let's see if he blocks with the Kid. We have another 9 coming his way. He's going to block with the Kid, and then we're going to swing another 9. And he's going to counter out. But at this point, guys, he has 1 card in hand. He has 1 life. We have the Frankie on board. We have the Sanji on board. And we have another Frankie coming down next turn for a potential rush for game. And see if he... there's no... And we have 4 life. We have 4 fucking life. He has not been able to pressure us at all, because he's been swinging into our giant bodies, our 2 8K bodies at the beginning of the game. Frankie and Wapple put in so much fucking work, and we're able to make this game very, very nice for us. And probably one of the easiest games I've had against a Luffy. Like, a purple Luffy games are always fucking close. This game, I kind of just ran him over. And I thought he played relatively well. He's going to swing a 9K into our Frankie. We're going to let that go just because we have more in hand. We have more fucking cards in hand. And we're going to be able to rush him down for game next turn. So he finds an Usohachi, so he does have a 2K in hand. So that is a little bit concerning, but no matter what, this game is fucking over. We find another Frankie. We're going to swing for 8, and then we're going to be able to swing for a 9 after this. So if he has 2 2Ks and a 1K, he is able to survive this. Oh my god. Yeah, he's able to survive. We're just going to play down the Frankie, give our Frankie rush, and then swing for 8. He's going to take that, and then this should be it. He's really dragging it out here. He's dragging it out for a long time. But I think we're going to finally get the win after this turn. Unless he has like 2 fucking blockers, removes our Frankie, then we play 1 more turn. He's going to swing 11 into our Frankie. Then he's probably going to hit us for life for the first time in fucking a long time. He's going to play down the Sanji, and that's going to be game, boys. That's all she wrote. We're going to swing for 6. He's going to counter out with a 2K, and then we just win the game there. No more cards in hand, and we take it with 4 life left. And very, very nice showing for the Sanji deck. All right, guys, that's all the games I had. Let's get into the post-game wrap-up. Okay, guys, you made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much. So here are my final thoughts on Sanji. I think it's a very, very strong deck. I think it's a very, very fun deck. Usually I don't enjoy playing... Like, I enjoy rushing to a certain extent, but I like it when the rush has some flavor. And I feel like Sanji really brings that flavor out. It is a fun deck to play. I really enjoy the Wapples and his synergy with Edward Newgate and the Brooks as well. I think it's a very fun strategy. If you're looking for something new in red and you want to give Sanji a try, I think you can find a lot of success with it, especially in a meta filled with Blackbeard players. So very strong deck. I think it's fucking awesome. So yeah, that's about all I had for today. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. And comment coffee down below if you made it here. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like and subscribe.